Hello, I'm trying out a new type of video, a review of what I've posted on Instagram for the week. These may be themed weeks or months or not, I guess. I'm not sure how this will evolve, so I'll have to wait and see how much work these will take. But I think it will be a good way of keeping me going and putting some type of drawing or sketch out each day or week. This week was all about getting back into charcoal. I struggled at first and at times got really frustrated. I had to walk away and come back. But I did persevere because it was a goal I had set for myself and I wanted to finish it as part of practicing finishing things and achieving those short goals, no matter the results. So this was the first charcoal portrait sketch that I did. I used charcoal pencils from the discount store, so the quality of the pencils weren't very good, and every time I tried to sharpen them, they would break. Whether I used a blade or a sharpener, it didn't matter for these pencils, and it was really, really frustrating to use, and I took some of that out on the paper. I guess you can see that in the strokes there. This is what I wrote for this day. I'm really finding it a struggle to get back into charcoal and get something that I like out of it, but I'll keep going this week. When I look back at what I've done in the past, I know I'm capable of doing better. I'm just rusty, that's all. It does take a hit to the ego to see work that I'm not totally happy with. This is also practice, I guess, getting over it. Well, that's true. These ones were done in vine charcoal, so they were a little bit easier to move around on the paper and fix any mistakes. I could just rub them out, and overall I had a lot better time with them, and I think it shows that it was a lot more fun to use than trying to struggle with the cheap pencils, which were scratchy and broken and altogether unpleasant. So I don't mind these images now that I look back on them, but at the time I wasn't really that happy with them, I'll be honest. I wrote down for these next ones that definitely uncovering my weaknesses, but it's all about learning from them. Hopefully, in a year's time, I'll look back and see a big difference. Yeah, I hope so too. Because uh, I can be a little bit hard on myself, I guess. You can see I got so frustrated with this, and it's just, you can see it in the strokes, it just went everywhere. Oh well. And then this monstrosity, I again picked up the charcoal pencil. I thought, I'll have another go with it. And I guess the pose was a little bit of a challenge as well. And the struggling with the pencils instead of the actual drawing just, it was not worth it. But there it is. That was probably the worst sketch that I've done this week. This next one wasn't as bad. It's another portrait. Uh, I do remember at the time that I was so frustrated. This was one that I had to walk away for an hour or two and then come back. And I actually did another sketch, not this one, but another one. And I felt that it came out so much better. But these next few sketches were part of that frustrating day. There are a few figures coming up, and it was difficult, again with the pencils. I don't know why I persevered with these stupid, cheap pencils. I guess I felt that I spent money on them, so I had to use them. Honestly, I'm probably better off just throwing them in the bin and not buying that brand again or going to that shop and getting them again. But as far as the picture, I don't think it's too bad. It's very rough. Just still trying to get to grips with the tools that I'm using. And also, my lack of skill in drawing the figure is showing through because of how frustrating it was. But overall, it's something that I've done, and had it's better than if I had not done anything. So I'm glad that I did that. This one now is day five sketch, and I wrote that slowly getting the feel for it again. It's been tough, frustrating, and exposing my weaknesses. I will show it all. Not everything is pretty, and sometimes I feel like taking 10 steps back, but when I can take a step forward, I really appreciate it all the more. I'm slowly getting the hang of it again. So there's a little bit of hope by day 5. It's been taking a while. Sometimes I guess we just have to move through the parts that suck. By day 6 and 7, I felt like I was really hitting my stride, so I was getting the hang of it. I stopped using the cheap pencils, and I think that it shows in the work that I was a lot more comfortable by this stage, and I'm quite happy with the progress that I made through the week. I did work through that suck, and it did suck. It just still does a little bit. I mean, not as bad as what I had been doing at the start of the week. So this is the last day, day 7, and I felt that this one was the best piece that I felt so much better in doing this one. I also like that I did a ground for the background, so it wasn't just drawing on white, and I actually had a lot more fun with this one by day 7, so it was a good challenge for the week. I'm happy with it. Now I'm just wondering what will be in next week's video. We'll have to wait and see.